How's it going, everybody? My name is Nikki. Thank you for joining me here again for another shave. Today, I'm going to be attempting a face lather with ASTROGLIDE. I'm sure you can see that in the title. I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video, but I bet you that's going to be the title now. And so basically, I have always done the ASTROGLIDE silky smooth secret ingredient technique with my bowl lathers. But I want to find out today, is it possible to get good ASTROGLIDE slickness through a face lather? Now this brush has been getting broken in more and more every time I use it. Obviously, that's kind of how breaking in works. So it should be softer on my face than most of my other face lathers have been, and so I'm looking forward to that. And the extra slickness from the ASTROGLIDE, that might add a little something to it. So let's get right into it. We're going to be lathering up with Sterling Mountain Man, and we're going to be going in with our King C Gillette. It's pretty much my go-to. These guys right here make the best combination for me. I have been attempting the bevel razor a little bit again recently. However, it's just like, it doesn't like my face, or my face doesn't like it. Either way, my next video with it's probably going to be like taming the bevel beast or something like that, because I swear every time I use that bad boy I get more, well, not necessarily razor burn, but just red spots in general than I would with any of my other razors. And by any of my other, I just mean the King C and the Vanderhagen. All right, let's go ahead and load that brush up nice and good. I've actually been blooming my soaps a little bit recently, not for too long, maybe like 5 minutes at most, but it seems to help with loading the brush for sure. It's not necessary by any means, but I saw other people trying it, figured I'd give it a shot, and it seems like it's working out pretty well for me so far. All right, we got our brush beautifully loaded up. Let's go ahead and wet the face and begin the face lathering process. All right, we got the face nice and wet. Now let's go ahead and start building that lather. And now in my last video, I kind of segued from the soap directly into colognes. Talking about, and speaking of colognes, and I realized that that might not have made a lot of sense to some people. The reason why this soap segued into the cologne thing is because Mountain Man by Sterling is based off of the scent of Creed's Silver Mountain Water. And now Creed is a very expensive house when it comes to colognes and the things that they do. Their main one is going to be Creed Aventus, which is actually, I believe, Executive Man by Sterling. Their version of that. And so I was looking into it, and it turns out the House of Creed almost specifically makes incredibly expensive colognes and fragrances in general. And I didn't realize quite how expensive they were. It's looking like Creed Aventus can get upwards of like $450 for about 100 milliliters. And for someone like me, oh boy, that is a lot of money. We have no peaks going on here, folks. We need more hydration. Peaks are starting to form. More hydration. All right, folks, it's looking good on the face. And now what I'm going to attempt to do is put a couple of drops of ASTROGLIDE directly on to the brush. And we're gonna see if that ruins everything or if it creates a whole new experience. All right, folks. So far it's looking real nice, real creamy. However, the ultimate test will be with the razor on our faces. Said our faces, it's mostly my face. But unless somehow I'm indirectly shaving you as well, you never know. I could be giving you a nice little shave through the screen. Technology's going crazy nowadays. You can never predict anything. Let's go ahead and get that first pass going. Gonna be using a bevel blade on its second use. And so far, it's sliding through no problemo. If you prefer face lathers and you have wanted to try Silky's ASTROGLIDE technique, seems like you are not going to have to give up your face lathers. For this is very slick, very smooth, and still gives you that pleasure from lathering up directly on your face. I don't know if y'all are like me, but just, I don't know, there's something about face lathers that are very nice. It's like the scent of the soap is like a little, not necessarily more extreme, but it's more prevalent, I guess would be the word. It almost sticks around a little bit longer than you would if you did it in a bowl. Now this could all be placebo for me. However, that's definitely what I have noticed from face lathers versus bowl lathers. However, bowl lathers, you're able to work it a little bit harder. You can really get in there. Because if I work it too much on my face, I am just begging for red spots. Now the red spots for me aren't too bad because they will go away after about like 30 minutes to an hour after my shave, which is not bad in my opinion. However, I know most people are going for the ultimate comfort shave. No redness, no irritation in the slightest, while still getting a very close shave. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That probably should be my goal. However, if I get a little post-shave redness, I ain't too worried about it. It's okay with me. Unless it's straight like burning and causing me to have a bad time, then nah, that's not too big of a problem for me. I rarely get proper razor burn, I feel like, especially things including like bumps, razor bumps, ingrown hairs. I used to get those a little bit, but since I've switched over to this style of shaving, I basically get 0 ingrowns and 0 of those little razor bumps. So that's good. Definitely an improvement over all of my cartridge razor shaves, that is for sure. Ugh. All right, I think we're looking good on that first pass. Gonna go ahead and wash off. Go in for that second pass. Only missed a couple spots on that first pass. That's a little rare for me to actually completely just miss a spot, but I guess, you know, you can't be perfect unless you're a shaving machine. Let's go ahead and lather up for that second pass. Nowhere near as much soap in here for the second one as there was the first one. Got a nice light layer of soap for that second pass. Wasn't anywhere near as much on the brush as I had hoped there would be, but got just enough for me to not have to reload the brush. Speaking of cologne houses, I have my second month subscription from Scentbird on the way. And I'm excited about that because, well, I said it in my last video too, but just in case you didn't hear, I got Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Eau Intense coming in, and I've heard many good things about that. Should be a nice summer fragrance, a nice blue fragrance. And now I don't necessarily know what comes with a blue fragrance other than maybe watery, maybe airy. Maybe just nice and fresh. I'm really not 100% sure, but I'm excited for that coming in. I also have a, let's see here, Versace Dylan Blue on my list, because I've heard many good things about that as well. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that. People came home, had to say hi. And while that was occurring, I apparently nicked myself right on my neck. And so that's unfortunate. That's gonna fucking, whoops. So that's unfortunate. That's gonna suck when I go in to put in the aftershave, but it's all right. Boom. Boom. All right. We're looking pretty good other than that nick right there. Trouble spots under the chin and the neck. Under the neck, under the jaw. Got all that good to go, yes sir. We're looking nice today. But yeah, mostly my lineup for that is a lot of Versace stuff, which is pretty typical for, I feel like, beginners, just because they see, you know, the Versace logo. They're very interested, and that's exactly what happened to me. I've heard the name Versace, never actually had anything from them until recently, so just the brand has me hype on that. But many others I am interested in will also be coming through. And the more I get from Scentbird, I'm probably going to talk about it a bit more, because as of right now, they're treating me real good and I haven't had any problems. This is also only my second month of subscription, and so for all I know, it could all go downhill after 2 months, 3 months, I don't know. But I'll let y'all know how that goes. If y'all are interested, well, even if you're not, I'm probably still going to tell you about it, so deal with it. I'm just happy to have good smelling stuff that's not like the same cologne that I've had since I was 17. Nothing wrong with people wearing the same thing since they're 17, but if you're me, sick and tired of it, and you want something nice and fancy with like layers to the scent. It's not just you spray it on and what you get in the opening is still what you get in the dry down. I'm loving the whole like opening is different from the dry down, is slightly different from the middle, and how you can pick out different notes in that. I'm absolutely loving it. I just think it's so cool that you can like even make something that does that. It's so tight. And speaking of fragrance, we're going in with the Aqua Velva Classic Iced Blue. As per always, absolutely love the menthol on this. I've talked about it many, many times, so I don't have to talk about it again, that's for sure. Remember that secret? Finger over the top, flip it over, and use your finger to let it out so that way it doesn't go dripping all over the edge of the bottle. Oh yeah. Definitely a little burn on the neck from that one. Nothing too bad though. Ugh. The burn turns into that menthol cooling almost immediately, and so it's just super satisfying almost no matter what. No burn, a little burn, it's still gonna hit nice. Oh, that's why it burned, because of the zit on my neck. That makes sense. And then the two nicks over here, but we've been over that already, it's all right. Up next, that Nivea Men, as always. All right, and there you have it. That's gonna be the shave. Just a little bit of redness on the neck from where I nicked myself in that zit. Other than that, we're feeling smooth, looking clean. That's good to go. And the ASTROGLIDE on the face lather, I believe it worked. I'm gonna have to do a side-by-side comparison, ASTROGLIDE on one side, Non on the other, and then that's probably gonna be my next video. That's a great idea. And we can compare like that, but if you're looking for a little extra slickness, maybe you can't always quite get that hydration correct, but you absolutely love face lathers, this seems to be a good route to go. Just drip a little, like about 2 to 3 drops on your brush after you have done like 90% of your face lather, and then go back in, kick it up that last little bit so it mixes in. It seems to have worked for me. Either that or it's all placebo and it is all fake and it's all in my imagination. But to me, it seems like it's very, very much so working. Like I said, I'll have to do a side-by-side comparison, let y'all know what I think. But until the next one, have beautiful days, beautiful shaves, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.